What is going on, guys? It's Jamie and welcome back to another video, and today we are starting off with some very exciting news because as of last week I am officially back on my powerlifting program. I'm going to be showing you guys my bench and paused deadlift session from earlier on this week. It was a really good session, and I'm just going to start to show you how we are starting to build up momentum and now we are back onto program. Before we get into this video, guys, just a quick reminder to hit that thumbs up button for me if you do enjoy the video, and if you are new to the channel, or if you just haven't done so already, then hit that subscribe button as well for brand new videos every single week. So if you've been not quite keeping up to date with my videos here on YouTube or over on my Instagram, or if you just aren't quite sure of what's happened, basically around a month, 6 weeks ago, I injured my finger whilst at work, which resulted in taking almost 2 weeks off of work, which meant 2 weeks off of training. And then when we came back, there was like a weird kind of transition period. So overall, in total, my workouts were screwed up for like 4 or 5 weeks. But as I said, as of last week, we are officially back on the program. If you watched my video, I think it was a couple of uploads ago, I did speak about my plans to get back onto my program, but I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to go about it, where I wanted to jump back in at, etc, etc. So I thought to start this one off today, I would just bring you guys up to speed with what exactly is going on. So before I injured my finger, I was actually sitting on week 10 of the program, which is 2 weeks before the finish. I was in a really good spot. Everything was, just rolling perfectly. I built a lot of momentum up over the program and was just feeling great overall, which meant that the 2 sessions that I had left, one of which would have been the SBD day, the test day, the mock meet, were written off. Couldn't do them. And because of this, when we came back into training, I wasn't quite sure where I wanted to get back into my program at, whether to restart the whole thing again, which almost just would have written off those entire 10 weeks. It was all a bit up in the air, but basically, guys, what I have decided to do is jump back into my program at week number 7. The reason for this is because week number 6 in the program is a deload, which means when we get back into week 7, the weight and the RPE kind of drops back down again, as we then begin to build up before we taper off before week 12. Overall, I just thought this was probably the best way to go about it. As I said, I didn't really want to restart the entire 12-week program again, because the 2 weeks that we had off of training completely and the few weeks getting back into it, there was obviously progress lost and I was a little bit weaker, but it wasn't like a complete restart. So if I would have started the 12-week program again, I'd almost just be redoing everything that I had already done with the same numbers. So we're back in at week 7, guys, and as it stands right now, I'm pretty much, I think maybe another week or so, but pretty much back to where we were before I messed my finger up. It's hard to tell at the minute. We're still kind of getting back into the swing of things, but the feeling I have and the feeling I've been having in the sessions, I'd confidently say that we are almost back to where we were. And at the time of filming, I'm actually now at the end of my 2nd week back on program. So that means the end of week 8, which means we've got 4 weeks left on the program until we get to the end. And as of now, feeling really good. My body weight is creeping back up again as well, which is great because I did cut some weight over the last few weeks. Everything just seems to be clicking really well again. Motivation to train is at a high. It's just been so good to get back into this and kind of get back into having some structure in my workouts. Anyway, guys, as I said, I just wanted to do a little intro here to kind of bring you up to date, up to speed with how things are looking at the minute. As I said, today I'm going to show you my primary bench and secondary deadlift session from earlier on this week. It was a really good one. Remember, guys, if you do enjoy the video, hit that thumbs up button for me. I would really appreciate it. Let's go. So guys, it is Tuesday today, which means that is our 2nd day back on program for this week. And that also means that today is a primary bench and secondary deadlift day. So we're going to be starting off with flat bench, moving on to paused deadlifts for the 2 compound movements in this session. And I think
or at least I'm pretty sure this is the first time that I've actually vlogged a primary bench day in at least a little while. So hopefully it should be good for you guys to watch. We've got a top triple for today's top set. I'll let you know the weight when we get a little bit closer. And then on the deadlift, we have got a top single pause. So it should be a really good one, guys. Let's get into it.
Yeah, we're on the beat.
Alright guys, so working our way up through these sets, just loaded up 2 reps, 120 kilos. This is normally the weight where I can kind of dictate how these sets are going to move today. We're going to move this for a warm-up single, that'll be my last warm-up. And then we'll get into the top set, which today is going to be a triple at 125 kilograms. That's 5 kilos up on last week. Hopefully, I mean, the program says it should be moving at 6.5 to 7. So yeah, hopefully it should move really, really nicely. We're going to get this warm-up single though, and then we'll get into that top set. So top set moving very nicely there, as I was hoping it would do. 125 kilos there for 3 reps, ticking off today's top set. Strength on the flat bench really seems to be coming back nice and quickly since we're back on program, which is great news. Hopefully that means we can get back to where we were fairly quickly, you know, without much disruption. So I've got like 5 back off sets to get here. I'm not gonna bring you guys through all of them, we're gonna rush through for you guys, but yeah, I've got 5, 1 at 115, and then 4 at 110, if I believe, off the top of my head. We're going to get through those quickly now for you guys, and then I'll see you on the deadlift platform. We have got a single today, and it is meant to be at 7, so it's either going to be 235, 240, something like that. And then we've got 4 back off sets afterwards, so it should be really good. I've come to really almost fall in love with pause deadlifts. I hated them at the start, you know, back when I started powerlifting properly, because I never used to do them a lot, but I've had them like religiously in my program for 2 runs now, and yeah, really enjoying them, and also just a fantastic accessory generally for deadlifts. So guys, decided to go for 240 kilos there for my top set. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit kind of nervous going into that one. That's the heaviest I've paused deadlifted for quite a while, since before my finger injury. So yeah, I know I can do the weight, but to hit it now is just like a nice little confidence boost as we transition back into the program, and it actually felt good. I haven't watched the clip back, but I know it moved quite well. So we've got 4 more back off sets now. Each one is going to increase in RPE. So we've got 190, 200, 210, and then dropping down to 190 again for the last set. So these are normally killer because obviously we get heavier with each set, but really good way to program these back offs.
So there we go, guys. That is going to wrap us up for the bench and paused deadlift session there. Overall, a really good one. I was happy with both the bench and the deadlift top sets there. What I've kind of been doing throughout these sessions is referring back to the previous program from before I injured my finger, just to see where we are in comparison to those sessions. And at the minute, I have been managing to hit the exact weights I was hitting in those sessions, you know, at the same point all those weeks ago, which means that in theory we are in the same point that we were at back then, which means in theory that when we get back to week 10 we should be exactly where we were, hitting those weights that I wanted to be hitting in those following sessions at that time. So all very exciting, guys. Everything, as I said at the start of the video, is just clicking really nicely at the minute, and just feeling great overall. Really good in these workouts. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I really hope you did. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. As always, I would really appreciate it. Any questions, any feedback, drop a comment in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, if you are new to the channel, or if you just haven't done so already, then hit that subscribe button for brand new videos every single week. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.